You've heard it in war movies. You've heard it in action thrillers. Maybe you've even said it yourself after someone gave you instructions, just to sound cool. Roger that. But here's what nobody ever stops to ask. Why Roger? Why not Kevin that? Why not just say understood? I mean, understood also works and has been working for decades. Welcome to Plain Truth Science Channel. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining why people say Roger that instead of simply saying understood. Let's go back to the 1940s. World War II is raging. Pilots are in the air, soldiers are on the ground, and everyone needs to talk to each other. Fast, clearly, and without any confusion. The soldiers faced an enormous problem with early radio technology at the time. It was terrible. Crackling static, poor signal. Words that sounded similar, like M and N, or B and D, were almost impossible to tell apart over a bad connection. One misheard letter could mean a wrong order, and we all know that a wrong order in a war zone could be fatal. So the military did something brilliant. They created what's called a phonetic alphabet, a system where every letter of the alphabet gets its own unique word. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. You've heard those. Well, back then, the letter R was assigned the word Roger, and R stood for received, as in message received. So when a soldier on the radio said Roger, he wasn't referring to anyone named Roger. He was literally saying all, received. The message got through. I heard you. We're good.
Here's the thing about language. Words don't stay where you put them. They travel. They escape into the wider world. And once they're out, they take on a life of their own. After World War II ended, millions of soldiers came home, and they brought their radio lingo with them. Roger didn't stay in the military. It hopped into civilian conversations, then into films, then into TV shows, then into the mouths of every cool action hero you've ever watched. Think about it. Have you ever watched a movie where a pilot or a soldier says, "Okay, got it"? No, it's always Roger that. Because Roger that sounds authoritative. It sounds sharp. It signals that you are someone who knows what they're doing. And here's a subtle psychological fact. The words we choose aren't just about meaning. They're about identity. When you say Roger that, you're borrowing the confidence, precision, and discipline of an entire military tradition, even if you're just confirming your pizza order. That's the power of language. It carries history on its back without you even realizing it. Now here's a fun fact that almost nobody knows. In the actual military, Roger and Wilco are two different things, and using them wrong is a terrible mistake. Roger only means you heard the message. It says nothing about whether you'll actually do it. Meanwhile, Wilco, short for will comply, is the one that means you're going to act on it. So the famous phrase Roger Wilco, which you've probably heard, is actually a complete statement. I heard you, and I will do it. 2 words, 2 confirmations, 0 room for misunderstanding. And that right there is the entire lesson of this word.
Humans, especially in high-stakes situations, need clarity above all else. Not cleverness, not creativity. Clarity. One word, the right word, can save a life, redirect a mission, or simply make sure your team is moving in the same direction. In a world full of noise, literal and metaphorical, the ability to communicate with precision is one of the most underrated superpowers a person can have. So people say Roger that instead of understood, because one word carries decades of history, discipline, and trust built in wartime. And also because language is never just language. It's identity, it's culture, it's a window into where we've been as a species. So every time someone says Roger that, even jokingly, they're unknowingly tapping into a tradition that helped pilots navigate storms, helped soldiers coordinate under fire, and helped people find order in the middle of chaos. And maybe that's the deeper takeaway. The words you choose, whether in a meeting, a conversation with a friend, or a message to your team, carry weight. They shape how people perceive you. They signal your level of attention, your level of care. So next time someone gives you an important message and you want to make them feel truly heard, maybe skip the yeah and the thumbs up emoji and go with the word that was designed, literally engineered to say, I received you, loud and clear. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, the subscribe button is right there. We dig into these kinds of everyday mysteries all the time. And if this made you think of something else you've always said but never questioned, drop it in the comments. Our next topic might come from you. And I'll see you in the next one.